I'm Courtney, and today we're going to be doing a Harry Potter themed cake. We're going to be doing the golden snitch. For this, you're going to need a cake recipe of your choice. I have done a yellow cake mix. I will give you all the ingredients and directions down below. You also need a ball cake pan, like what I have here. And I set these on my cookie sheet here so they didn't fall in the oven. Also, you will need 1 package of fondant white. Also, you will need the color mist in gold, and then the dust that is also in the gold. And we'll take and we'll add vanilla with this, and this is what we'll paint on it along with this to get our gold for our golden snitch. Also, you will need some gum paste with some water added to it, and this is kind of like the glue that we will use with the little brush to keep all of our little decorations on our ball. Also, you will need a rolling mat, your rolling pin, a serrated knife, and I have this little cutting wheel, or you can use a knife if you don't have one of these, and then your spatula. And then you also need, these are little things that you use for a flower, but we will use 4 of these. These come pre-cut in a package by Wilton. And we'll take, and if you can find these in longer, you know, if they're, you can find them in 1 piece, that's great. I couldn't find it in 1 piece, so I'm going to take 2 of these to make 1 long piece for our wings. Alright, you also need something to set your cake on. I'm going to use this, or you can just go ahead and put it on your cake stand, whichever you want. Okay, I also have a recipe of buttercream icing, which I will also put down below the recipe that I used. Okay, to get started, we're going to take one of our spears, and we're going to set it on a plate just like this. And we're going to cut just a little bit off the top of it, just so it will sit flat. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to take and ice this on my plate just like this. That way I can flip it over, and it's a lot easier to ice it like this and then flip it onto our cake board. I'm trying to put it on there afterwards. So just cake and do a light layer of your buttercream. Okay, once your cake is completely frosted, we're going to take and we're going to set it, our cake board, on the top and flip it over. Okay, put a little bit of icing between our layers. Okay, now that we've iced the middle, we're going to put the top on. Press it down. And also, before you pop these out of your pan, which you will also need to let completely cool when you are baking, because the first ones I tried, they were still a little warm, and when I popped it out, half of it didn't come out. So make sure it's completely cool before you do that. But if there's any on the top before you pop them out, go ahead and saw it off level with this. That way you know you have a flat surface to begin with. Alright, well, let's take and put, I'm going to put straws in mine, or whatever you want. Oops. Make sure that they're short enough. Now I've got a mess. Okay. Let's, oh man. Okay, make sure it doesn't go into your icing. Alright. Just make sure they're the right height, they're not sticking up. That way it kind of gives it a little bit of support. And now we're just going to ice the rest of it. Okay, now that we've iced our entire cake, we're going to set it to the side. And then we're going to take our huge block of fondant and we're going to roll it out. And I'm so excited to do this golden snitch. I love Harry Potter. Of course, I remember when the books came out, because I mean that was back when I was a kid. But I have actually visited the set and stuff. They have it, it's like right out of London or whatever, and it was awesome. Okay, let's start. Alright, just start smoothing it out. And make sure that your fondant is not too thin or it will rip when you're stretching it out over it. Okay, we've got our cake entirely covered in our fondant and smoothed out. And now we're going to move on to decorating it. We're going to take and roll this out. We're going to make long strips to make the lines on our golden snitch. Okay, for this we're going to cut our strips into probably about 1/4 of an inch. You just kind of eyeball it. You don't want them too big. So I would probably say about 1/4. Alright, now this is where your gum paste and water mixture are going to come in handy. Alright, we're going to take a piece. And I've just made them extra long, that way I can cut them to the size I want when I place them. Alright, we're going to do a circle around the top. Okay, so now that I've lined it up where I want it, I'm just going to take and put just a little bit around the edges of it. That way it'll stick really good. And the reason I didn't go ahead and put it on the back of it is that way I can kind of move it around to where I wanted it. Alright, our next one is going to be through the top here. And you're kind of do a half moon shape. On both sides. And it's almost like really like glue. It works. I like it. Okay, the next one we're going to take, and you're going to put a little dab on the tip of it. Just enough to stick it, and you're going to stick it right in line with this piece right here. And you're going to go around. And you're going to stop about middle ways. And really, you can do a whole piece. I'm doing it in 2 pieces. That way it'll be a lot easier to work with. But see, it went all the way from up here around right there. And we're going to do the same for the other side. Alright, now we're going to take a piece and we're going to do the bottom half. And we're going to start about right here. And we're going to go inward. This is the front of the cake. It's a lot harder to show y'all while I'm trying to do this. So, alright. And then we're going to take and go around the bottom. And we're going to do the same for the other side. Okay, now you're going to take and we're going to do lines that are going to go all the way around to both of these. Okay, I have put me 2 lines on each side, as you can see. Alright, now we're going to take and we're going to roll up a little ball of fondant. Put some gum paste on there. stick it right there. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our wings. Alright, you're going to take 2 of these and you're going to just take a little bit of it and you're going to wrap them together. This is about 5 inches right here. So we're going to take fondant, we're going to roll it out to along. And this needs to be really thin. And I would suggest rolling it onto something that you can just pick up and transfer, like a piece of wax paper. That way you don't mess up the little individual cuts that we're going to do. Alright, I'm going to cut this in half like this. We're going to do one at a time. You want to take and you want to do the bottom half thinner than the top half. But you don't want the top half really thick. But you want the bottom half so you can kind of see through it. Because you don't want the wings to be too heavy or they're gonna fall. And this is also something that you'll want to do the day before. That way you have enough time for your fondant to dry. Okay, we're going to take our little wire and we're going to lay it down. Just like that. And we're going to cut off our excess on the top. Lay it over just like that. And then on this, you're going to want to make a cut inward. Take your spatula and kind of blend that little flap in. I also forgot. Take some of your gum paste and put it to seal it. I've already done this one, so. But I already have a set of wings ready, so. But I just want to show you how to do it. That way, alright, you see how this is blended in? This is what you want. Is for it to be kind of blended in. And you can work on it as much as you like. Okay, so now we're kind of do a V shape. And you want to cut it to the tip of your metal there. Don't let the metal stick out, but you don't want any excess or it's going to droop. Alright, this is kind of the shape that you're going for. Okay, once you do that, you're going to take and you're going to cut really small little lines. Kind of making like a fringe on it. I don't know if you can see that, but you see it kind of part right there? It's going to have a little fringe. But you don't want to pull these apart. Alright, now that we've done that, we're going to color our golden snitch gold. Okay, we're first going to start off with our Color Mist gold. And you want to cover up any of the bottoms because this is kind of like spray paint and it will kind of leave a mess. So, and don't lay it on there too thick. If you don't cover it good, that's fine. Because I'm going back with the little pearl dust. Now, if this is the color you want, you can lay it like this. You don't have to do this extra step. That's just what I'm going to do. And I'm just taking a piece of wax paper to keep it from getting on my board. And since I did get some on my board, I just took a wet paper towel and I'm just wiping it off before it dries. Okay, I have let this set for a few minutes and I'm going to take my mixture, which I took probably about a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract and probably about half of my little bottle of gold dust, and mixed it together. And I'm using this little fluffy brush to paint it on, and it just gives it a little extra shine. Okay, and for the final touch, we're going to put our wings on. And we're going to put these right behind that little ball. I'm going to stick it all the way down into it. And there you go, our golden snitch. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe and give it the thumbs up.